We welcome you to this broadcast of boys varsity basketball. On NKTelco Sports, we are at Fort Loramie High School for the MLK Classic, where the Willard Crimson Flashes will take on the Varsity Raiders. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keeple Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Copeland Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, the Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, New Knoxville Supply, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, and NKTelco. We're looking live here at the Fort Loramie High School, second game of the MLK Classic today between the Willard Crimson Flashes and the Varsity Raiders. And my name's Brandon Coveman. Alongside with me, AJ Alisi. And AJ, let's first take a look at the Willard Crimson Flashes. They're 8-7 on the season, and they have a really good player by the name of Max Dawson that we're going to be here to watch today.
Yeah, Max Dawson's the real deal. He leads the team in scoring. He leads them in pretty much every category. And I'll tell you what, he's an honorable All-Ohio. But I think the key kid to look at is Cam Robinson, number 23. Second in the league last year, but he is a kid that you have to watch out for if you're the Varsity Raiders.
And the Varsity Raiders come in this game. They're at 11-1 on the season, coming off a win against Fairlawn. They lost their first game of the season just a little over a week ago against Jackson Center, one of the more top teams in the state of Ohio, as they're sitting atop the Shelby County League.
Right, and I'll tell you what, they're the real deal. They have a lot of great chemistry. They got everybody back, and they're looking to make a strong run in the tournament here coming up. And I mean, what better way is to take on a team like Willard to see where you're at.
And taking a look at the Emerson Copeland Technology starting lineups. Number 2, a 5'10 senior, Zane Shappy. Number 12, a 6'1 junior, Hayden Quinner. Number 13, a 6'2 junior, Braden Monin. Number 24, a 6'3 sophomore, Braylon Cordonier. And rounding out the lineup, a 6-foot senior, Xavier Flippo. The head coach of the Varsity Raiders is Dave Borchers. The interim head coach is Spencer Cordonier. He's assisted by Brad Francis and Mick Leffel and Cody Anthony. Now, taking a look at our Emerson Copeland Technology starting lineups for the Willard Flashes. Crimson Flashes, I should say, and a 6'3 junior, a 6'3 sophomore, number 1, Jackson Beamer. A junior, number 23, stand at 6'1", Cam Robinson. Number 24, a 6'2 senior, Braden Thompson. And rounding out the lineup, our 6'1 senior, Alex Strayer, number 30, and again, rounding out the lineup, number 3, a 6'3 junior, Max Dawson. Thanks to Emerson Copeland for sponsoring those starting lineups here on NKTelco Sports. Let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Keeple Pizza in Newport, Ohio. First, for the Willard Crimson Flashes.
Well, it's going to be rebounding. The height is an advantage here that Varsity has. Handling the pressure. Varsity really gets into you with their man-to-man. And you got to make shots. I mean, to beat a good team like Varsity, you got to make shots.
And for the Varsity Raiders and their keys.
And for the Varsity Raiders, it's plain simple. You got to play at a high level here defensively. Communicating defensively is going to be a key, but value the ball. Limit the turnovers here, and that's going to be a good chance to win in the game tonight.
Raiders at 11-1. The Willard Crimson Flashes 8-7. Zane Shappy, backdoor cut. Shot is no good. Rebound by Quinter there initially. He steps on the sideline. It'll be Willard basketball. Willard out of the Sandusky Bay Conference,
which they are leading.
Yeah.
Their league right now, so
two teams of their respective conferences leading, and two of the better teams again in their conference as Beamer with the basketball. Looks like Max Dawson is getting the assignment from Braden Monin to guard, and taking it to the basket and being fouled is Alex Strayer, the 6'1 senior, will go to the line and shoot a pair of free throws.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Willard, really looking at where they can find their spots. And I'll tell you what, he did a nice job taking the hoop, drawing the foul.
And that foul going to go against Hayden Quinter at times this year. Quinter, the Raiders' leading scorer, can get in a bit of foul trouble. Got in foul trouble in that game against Jackson Center, the lone game that the Raiders have dropped this year. as Strayer goes a perfect 2 for 2 from the line. This is a Raider team that's 15-10 last year. They bring back every starter from last year's team. Willard playing in a zone here. Shappy, cross-court pass to Hayden Quinter, the lead scorer for the Raiders. Lets it fly, bullseye. Hayden Quinter starts the scoring for the Raiders here, and the Raiders take a 3-2 lead on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Nice stroke. He's got a nice stroke.
Raiders going to run that run and jump. They love to run often. Shappy gets a tip. Strayer goes and gets it in the backcourt. Strayer brings it across the timeline on the exchange over to Cam Robinson. Robinson in the lane going up against Braylon Cordonier. Shot's no good. Shappy goes over to Braylon Cordonier. Cordonier in the lane. Little jump shot's no good. Tips out back to Quinter in the corner. Quinter gives a shot fake cut off by the Willard defense. Shappy over to Braylon Cordonier. Cordonier on the inside, turns around, kicks it out. Shappy, he's going to fire a 3 from the same spot. Quinter hit one just moments ago. Offensive stick back is good by Braden Monin, and it's a 5-2 Raider lead on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
I'll tell you what, they're really hitting the boards, especially offensively here early on. Rushi has.
Dawson trying to take it to the rack, 24 points a game, and you can see why there. A nice quick move to the basket by Max Dawson. 5-4. Raiders ahead here. Cordonier leaks in that short corner. Beautiful move and one by the athletic sophomore Braylon Cordonier.
Now, it was a nice look. I mean, they saw him right there in the dead spot of the floor and got it to the ball to him, and nice job by finishing it.
Braylon Cordonier played last year as a freshman. His dad, Spencer Cordonier, the interim head coach. His dad, Spencer Cordonier, a 1995 Arushi graduate and a 1,000-point scorer, one of 7 Raiders to ever do that. Braylon, a very good baseball player as well, as you'll see him on the diamond this spring for the Raiders that will defend their state championship from this past spring. Shot up by Robinson. Nice athletic take to the basket there by Cam Robinson. This is looking like it's a track meet early. And a tip out of bounds there. Braden Thompson deflects it out of bounds. The Raiders will have it right in front of the Willard bench. And I love Willard's nickname, the Crimson Flashes. A mixture of Alabama and Kent State, kind of.
Yeah.
Quinter drives on the inside. That's his go-to move, but it doesn't fall. It's going to stay Raider basketball. And the coach of the Willard Crimson Flashes is Joe Bedingfield. The Raiders, again, as I mentioned earlier, Spencer Cordonier. Ball into Quinter, and he goes up and in. Hayden Quinter with half the Raiders' output right now, and they lead 10-6. Raiders can run that run and jump, try to get it out of Max Dawson's hands. They get the ball up over to Cam Robinson. They kick it out to Strayer. Strayer fires a 3, got it. Alex Strayer with 5 points here early, and Willard cuts the Raider lead to 1.
Nice ball movement. That's how you're going to get shots here against Rushi's pressure.
Flippo kicks it out to Shappy. Shappy shot fakes on the inside. Wide open, there's Quinter there for a moment. Getting pressure, there's 3 Crimson Flashes around him. Shappy to the basket.
Oh, nice look.
The ball on the floor. Willard comes away with it momentarily.
Wow.
And Dawson up ahead of the pack. Dawson trying to give Willard the lead to the rack. Max Dawson lays it in. And it's an 11-10 Willard lead. And it has been a track meet here early on. Quinter shot fakes on the inside. Quinter to the rack and one.
Wow.
And boy, we're on pace for about a 100-point game, not even halfway through this first quarter.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
A lot of offense.
Oh, yeah.
And this is what, Coach Spencer Cordonier, wanted his team as we take a look at the winter quality meets replay. A couple substitutions for the Raiders, Felix Francis and Ross Fissinger coming into the lineup. But he wanted to challenge his team this year, drop some teams off his schedule, added this MLK Classic, that displays some of the better teams in the area, and Rushi being one of them, has really earned it this year, earned a spot here as Quinter misses the free throw. Ball up to Cam Robinson, right at the Fort Loramie logo. Gets it back up over to Braden Thompson. Thompson looking to give it away, gives it up over to Jackson Beamer.
A little high flex going on here.
Yep.
Thought we'd see this the next game.
And you probably will see a little bit of it in the Lexington St. Mary's game as Dawson losing the basketball. And Joe Bedingfield, coach of Willard, takes a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. All timeouts brought to you this year by Precision Strip on NKTelco Sports. We'd like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity boys basketball action. You can catch the replays of this game Monday, January 30th at Monday, January 16th at 9:30 a.m. and Saturday, February 4th at 4 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Our additional sponsors are Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Park National Bank, SecureCom, and the St. Henry Bank. So glad to have you here on NKTelco Sports. My name is Brandon Coverman, and alongside me, AJ Lisi, and it's been a high-energy game here with a lot of offense.
It shows the strength of both teams.
Raiders get a steal up ahead. Felix Francis loses the basketball. Coach Spencer Cardonier wanting a foul, not going to get one.
I mean, really, Rushy, that's the style of play they want, with their running and jumping and they getting out of transition. That's their game.
Vince Borchers in the lineup as well for the Raiders, another sophomore. Shappy cuts to the basketball. Shappy, a 4-year starter for this Raiders team. Trying to dissect the Willard zone here. The 2-3, they get it in the middle to Felix Francis, averaging 6 points a game. On the inside to Braylon Cordonier. Cordonier trying to bang against Strayer in the lane. Loses the basketball. It's been a physical game, and we got a foul on Strayer. And it's going to be the third team foul against Willard.
Little physical, physical.
And another right call there, too. Cordonier's getting kind of beat up down there. And ball goes in the corner to Braden Mon, and Cordonier going to attempt a three. Got it. Braylon Cordonier from the top of the key, now with 6 points. Take that back. And the Raiders lead 15-11 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Dawson up ahead quickly. Shot is no good. It'll stay Willard basketball. And Max Dawson just getting to the rack quickly. The lefty is so smooth. Let's see why he gets 24 points a game. Shot's no good. Rebound down to Francis. Might be the best guard the Raiders have seen all this year, outside maybe Parker Penrod from Troy Christian.
Yeah.
Ball in the corner, over to Ross Fissinger. Borchers trying to go on the inside, back out to Fissinger. It's tipped out, back over to Cordonier. 2:42 to go in the first quarter. It's a 15-11 Raider lead. Monin, left wing. Borchers in the corner, getting a high arcing shot, let it fly. It's no good. Francis with the rebound, and he stepped on the line, I believe.
I think they're going to call
a foul. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know what they initially called. That's going to go against Max Dawson. Hayden Quinn are going to return for the Raiders. It's a 14 foul against the Willard Crimson Flashes. Raiders get it into Braylon Cordonier. Cordonier in the lane, trying to make a move. Going up against a couple Crimson Flashes. Shots no good. Robinson and Felix Francis battling for the rebound. It'll go back to Willard. Beamer up ahead against Braden Monin. Beamer to the basket, and he's fouled. Man, this has just been, it seemed early in that Liberty Benton Anna game too, where it was really physical, and it's really physical here as well. It's a battle of wills so far.
But that's the style both teams like to play, and that just plays into both hands. So, I mean, credit to the officials for letting them play.
Strayer on the right side, he gives the ball up, goes back over to Max Dawson. Dawson with 2:08 to go here in the first quarter, as his Crimson Flashes trail by 4. Robinson on the inside, shot rolls around and in for Cam Robinson.
No, that was good ball movement by Willard, and really looked for Robinson there to get it in.
Quinter in the corner to Monin. Monin gonna let it fly. High arcing three. Shot is no good. Rebound down to Francis. Shot's no good on the inside. Dawson with the rebound, tipped away. And the Raiders had the advantage. They played in this gym just a little less than 2 weeks ago, where they defeated their arch rival, Fort Loramie. And already played in that first round of the double round robin, so Raiders have a little experience playing in this gym. Strayer off a screen, shot's no good. Borchers up ahead quickly. Goes over to Hayden Quinter. Nice closeout there by the Willard defense. Borchers on the inside over to Cardonier. Cardonier, face-up jump shot. No. Whoa, it is good. It rolls around. Wow. And in for Braylon Cardonier.
I thought it bounced off the
support.
Top. Yeah, the support there.
And there's a quick three for Max Dawson, who responds quickly, gets that bucket back and one. 17-16 in a high-scoring first quarter here at the Martin Luther King Classic. Quinter in the corner. Quinter over to Vince Borchers. Borchers on the inside, kicks it back to Cardonier to Monin. Over 31 seconds to go. Francis on the inside, trying to make a move. Francis with the left hand, shot's no good. And it's tipped out of bounds, and it'll be Willard basketball. And coming back in for the Raiders, Xavier Flippo and Zane Shappy, pair of seniors.
Shappy, number 34, Xavier Flippo.
Yeah, I can see Willard pretty much holding for the last shot here in the quarter.
20 seconds to go here. Dawson guarded by Zane Shappy. Dawson trying to get around Shappy here. He gets around him, and he's going to pull things back out. Looks like Willard's going to hold for the last shot here. Ball goes up on over to Braden Thompson. It's the exchange. Up over to Dawson. Fade away. Shot's no good. Rebound down to Cardonier, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter as Cardonier's prayer falls well short. It's a 17-16 Russia lead over Willard through 8 minutes of play. We'll step aside and come back with the second quarter of action here next on NKTelco Sports.
My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Back here at the Fort Loramie Martin Luther King Classic, it's a 17-16 Russia edge over Willard and a physical first quarter, but you can tell this has the makings of another really good game.
Yeah, it does. And I'll tell you what, Willard's come out and done a nice job shooting the ball from the outside, but I think the key is the rebounding. I mean, 10 rebounds for Russia in that first quarter, that's huge.
And Strayer with the basketball. He goes on the inside, and there's a blocking foul on Xavier Flippo. He wasn't set quite there, and it'll be 2 shots for Alex Strayer.
34, Xavier Flippo. His first, team's third. Shooting 2.
Strayer has a chance to give Willard the lead back. Raiders controlled the lead for most of the first quarter. Strayer short on the first one. Again, Max Dawson showed really what the player he was the first quarter. He had 7 points, leading the Willard attack. And Dawson hits the second, Strayer hits the second free throw. And we're tied at 17. Cardonier with the basketball, goes back out to Shappy. Shappy to the left side and Quinter. Flippo trying to face up in the quarter against Beamer. Cross-court pass over to Braylon Cardonier. There's being a little more patient here as they go to the basket now. High off the glass, it's no good, and a foul. Braylon Cardonier will go shoot 2.
Yeah, that's a nice move. Taking it to the hoop right there and drawing the foul. I mean, you look here at the replay. I mean, that's just taking that ball up strong and drawing it.
Cardonier will shoot 2, and he cannot connect on the first one. And Willard Crimson Flashes, again out of the Sandusky Bay Conference, some famous alums from Willard. Former Cleveland Browns quarterback Charlie Fry.
Charlie Fry, yes.
And current Sydney head coach, former Houston coach John Willoughby, who's in the house today.
Yeah.
And you know, we've seen him. He's coached Russia many times, so I'm sure he gave Willard some information on the Raiders. And seen him and former Raider coach Paul Bremagen battle many times with some famous Willard alums, as Max Dawson misses the shot and goes down to Braden Monin. And it's a running of the Bulls down in the forecourt, and the Crimson Flashes take it away. Strayer in the lane, and it's going to be a charge taken by Braden Monin. Strayer out of control there.
Yeah, he was out of control. That's a good call.
And Monin took it there, and a nice take by Monin. It's the 16th foul on the Willard Crimson Flashes already, and it's the second against Strayer. Felix Francis going to return for the Raiders. Willard going to show a little pressure of their own.
A little 1-3-1.
Cross-court pass there, deflected out. Shappy tried to deceive him with the eyes, a little Patrick Mahomes-esque type stuff, and didn't quite work.
No, not quite. A good try.
Flippo trying to get it in, and it's tipped out of bounds. Will stay with the Raiders.
I'll tell you, they're real scrappy. They really know in this 1-3-1, well, now they're back into their man, but they're just real scrappy.
Shappy to the left wing. Shappy driving on the inside. Held his pivot foot, but the Raiders are going to turn it over and back. The Raiders just a little out of control there, and Willard forces a turnover. The Raiders were shooting hot to start off, but this Willard defense has really ramped it up here lately. Strayer struggling to get the basketball and trying to get it into Dawson, and he eventually does, as Dawson chases it down in the backcourt. Dawson off the screen, gets in the corner to Beamer. He's got Felix Francis switched on him now, another junior. Willard calling out a set here. Dawson being patient here as they're trying to get something set up here. Looks like they're trying to get it to maybe to Robinson on the backside. Him and Flippo are just banging for position down there, to say the least. Ball on the right side to Beamer. Man, this has been a physical ball game, and now we got a foul on Xavier Flippo. Flippo is having a hard time really trying to contain Robinson right there, and that'll be the fourth Raider team foul.
Yep, it's getting a little physical out there.
Again, that's Flippo's second, so Braylon Cordonier quickly coming in off the bench. That's one thing, too, you want to avoid in these showcases. You want to avoid injury as well with how physical this game has been. Strayer tries to take it to the basket, kicks it out to Beamer. Beamer drives on the inside. Beamer guarded tightly, shot high off the iron, no good. Quinter up ahead quickly. Quinter going to go back over to Braylon Cordonier. Monin takes it baseline. Monin stops, turns around, throws up a wild shot, and it's no good. And I say it was blocked. And we got a timeout by Coach Spencer Cordonier. It's a full timeout. All timeouts this year brought to you by Precision Strip. Russia leading Willard 18-17 here on NKTelco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Back here at Fort Loramie High School at the Martin Luther King Classic, the Russia Raiders lead the Willard Crimson Flashes 18-17 on the First National Bank First scoreboard. We saw an offensive explosion that first 5 minutes, and ever since it's cooled off a bit, but again, it stayed a physical game.
Yeah, it's a real physical game, but you're right. Willard's kind of come out and switched some defenses up, gone that zone. A little 1-3-1. I mean, they've really kind of confused Russia here to slow the pace down. So let's see if they continue to do that.
An 18-17 lead here for the Raiders as they're holding on to that edge here. And Division II Willard, Division IV Russia. Here battling the second annual Martin Luther King Classic. We'll have all 6 games here for you today as the Raiders turn it over to Max Dawson. Dawson up ahead quickly to Strayer, and Strayer puts it in. Alex Strayer has 8 points, and Willard takes the lead. Francis. Cross-court pass over to Quinner. His shot's no good. The Raiders are all out of sorts on offense due to this Willard pressure. And Willard up ahead quickly. Tip from behind by Felix Francis. Up ahead to Braylon Cordonier. Up ahead to Monin, who puts it in. Braden Monin gives the Raiders the lead back 20-19 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Things happen quickly.
Robinson to the basket. And we have another charge taken by Braden Monin. That's his second one he's taken today. And I tell you what, you know the story. If you don't know the story of the Rushi Raiders, head coach Dave Borchers tragically passed away before the season. I was a former player of Coach Dave Borchers, and one thing that he always talked about was those tips from behind. He always loved those. He always, complimented and gave Gatorades out whenever that happened in a game. And I know on that play right there, he's smiling from somewhere up above at that play right there. As the Raiders being led by interim head coach Spencer Cordonier this year, who led the Raiders from 2015 to 2018, as Hayden Quinner lays it in, and it's 22-19 Rushi ahead of Willard. Dawson in the lane. Fighting for the basketball. It's a jump ball. Arrow's going to go to the Raiders. Coach Spencer Cordonier, I believe, talking to the official about a Max Dawson push-off. And we get a timeout by the Willard Crimson Flashes. 4:11 to go till halftime. It's a 22-19 Rushi lead over Willard on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Back here on the Precision Strip timeout, and take a look at that steal here by Felix Francis that resulted in a score.
That's what you're just talking about. I mean, coming from behind, a lot of coaches love it, and that's just fundamental defense right there.
Get those tips from behind. It seems like players too, when you trail behind an offensive player like that, you feel like you can give up, but that's something you can do. You can get, just go from below and come up top, and it's less noticeable for officials than if you come from up top to lower. You're smacking the ball down. It's less likely to get a foul called too.
Yep, exactly.
Maybe try to get you a cheap possession, so to speak. But a 22-19 Rushi lead over Willard on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. And
I think they're going to go back to their 1-3-1 here.
And that's what the Raiders were scoring out of earlier. The Raiders were in an offensive drought earlier. But they've got some transition buckets.
Oh, wow.
Cross-court pass, Cordonier, and it's no good. Rebound down to Braden Thompson. Strayer trying to get to the basket, and Strayer.
Nice job. He does a nice job getting to the basket. He's done that very well in the first half. Rushi's got to have to start figuring that out, because right here you look at it, it's just him turning the corner and getting it right to the hoop.
And that foul's going to go against Felix Francis, his first, team's fifth, as Strayer hits the first free throw. We talk consistently about Max Dawson, but Alex Strayer with 9 points for the 6'1" senior.
Yeah, that was one person coming in. We were looking at stuff. We didn't think he'd have 9 points in the first half.
Shot's no good there as Strayer splits the pair from the line. Borchers up ahead on the left side to Cordonier, in the corner to Quinner. Quinner back to Flippo on the inside, and Xavier Flippo, another 4-year starter for the Raiders, gets his first basket of the day. It's a 4-point Raider lead. Now with 3:26 to go here in the first half, the Raiders holding on to that lead. Brandon Coverman, AJ Lisi, bringing you the action here. Glad to have you here on NKTelco Sports for the second of 6 games here today at the Martin Luther King Classic, the second annual Martin Luther King Classic. Again, I want to thank Fort Loramie Schools, and particularly Coach Corey Britton, for inviting us here, as this event is really a classic one, and Hayden Quinter going to lay it in safely. And I had the Raiders game Friday against Fairland. They tried a couple dunks, and they were up 20. And Coach Spencer Cardonier called a timeout and said, all right, boys, we aren't the Harlem Globetrotters. Let's calm it down here a bit.
But you look at it, the pressure getting to, right now, Willard.
Shot's no good. Rebound down to Hayden Quinter. Quinter up ahead quickly. Quinter fouled from behind, as it didn't benefit the defense as Quinter was slowing down, and Willard couldn't hit the brakes quick enough.
Right. Well, you look at it now, Rushi's starting to run and jump, putting a little more pressure on Willard, and it's kind of frustrating now. Here, this last couple minutes here, that's caused this little run by Rushi.
Quinter with the 1-and-1 cannot connect on the free throw. It's an empty possession for the Raiders. Two and a half minutes to go here till half. Max Dawson's getting some Division II looks right now. Dawson for three, and you can tell why he's getting those Division II looks. That was a silky smooth stroke, and he's in double figures. Cardonier to the rack. Cardonier gets some of that back quickly. Braylon Cardonier with 11 points himself after having kind of a quiet game Friday with only 3. And Willard could not grasp the ball on the inside, and a blown opportunity would have been an easy layup there for the Crimson Flashes.
Checking in for Rushi, number 2.
Zane Shappy going to return. But the duo of Braylon Cardonier and Hayden Quinter has combined for 22 with the 28 Raiders points, over 75% of their offensive production.
And that's, I mean, when you got a two-headed monster like that, it's tough to beat a lot of teams.
And they're going to be a two-headed monster on that baseball diamond again this season, as Quinter from 3 off the iron. Shot's no good. Long rebound down to Braylon Cardonier. Cardonier trying to go on the inside, turn around, shot no good. He tries to track down his own rebound, but it'll be Willard basketball.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, this half, Rushi has been active on the offensive glass. They at least have 7 offensive rebounds here in this first half.
Robinson gets the ball in the backcourt. Again, Coach Cardonier talked about that too, wanting to contain Cam Robinson. He said Robinson and Dawson are their go-getters. Robinson on the inside. A couple Raiders around him. They force a turnover. Cardonier goes to his left, being chased by a couple Willard defenders. Monin on the inside with a lane to the basket, out of control, and there's going to be a charge. And Coach Spencer Cardonier just sitting there smiling, shaking his head no. And we know Monin had been the beneficiary of 2 charges down there, and you see Spencer Cardonier talking with the official right there as we take a look on a Winter Quality Meets replay.
Yeah, he drives in. I kind of agree.
Yeah.
He was a little moving there, but
tough break there for the Raiders. But as you have to say with him, when it's official, when you disagree, you just got to deal with it and move forward. 5-point Raider lead. Just over a minute to go till halftime. Strayer's had a fantastic first half. Gives it up over to Dawson. Gets the instructions from Coach Joe Bedingfield. Back up over to Dawson, and Dawson fouled, and Max Dawson will shoot 1-and-1. So Dawson to the line. And Vince Borchard's going to come to the scores table for the Raiders and come in here. As that's Quinter's second foul, and that is one time, things at times Quinter does a little prone to getting in foul trouble, and the Raiders going to be careful before halftime, make sure he doesn't pick up that third. Dawson at the line, cans the first free throw. He's got 11 now, tied with Quinter and Cardonier for a game high.
Yeah, he's a nice player. Nice player.
It's Dawson now up to 12, leading all scorers. Borchers up ahead quickly, the sophomore. Gives it up over to Zane Shappy. Shappy. Yeah, ball's kicked by Dawson as he was hoping to go the other way. Again, our second of 6 games here. The first game was won by Liberty Benton, 49-45 over Shelby County League School Anna, which was a great first game to kick off today's events. Cardonnier at the foul line extended. Gets a shot fake on the inside. Nice spins to the rack and is fouled by Cam Robinson.
That's going to be Robinson's third foul.
And like we said, Robinson, really from a scoring perspective, only 4 points. Averages around 10 a game. As you take a look on the inside there, just not too much of that body contact, so to speak. And Cardonnier hits the first free throw. As we'll see Benjamin York come into that contest. Again, the JV contest, York played in that JV contest that the Raiders won over Willard. They're playing the JV contest in the junior high gym. They've been experimenting with Cardonnier as kind of that eighth, ninth person off the bench, so to speak, for the Raiders. And Cardonnier nails 2 free throws. He's got a baker's dozen this first half, 13. As Dawson brings the ball up against Benjamin York. Baptism by fire on varsity for York. Strayer goes over to the right side in Robinson. Goes back over to Strayer. Strayer looking to give it a teammate too.
Nice pressure by Ruschi.
Goes over to Kellen Cooper, who's in the lineup for the Willard Crimson Flashes, and Vince Borchers takes it away. He's got to throw up a heave at the horn. Well off the mark. We're at halftime here at the Fort Loramie Martin Luther King Classic. It's a 30-25 Ruschi lead over the Willard Crimson Flashes. We'll step aside, come back with the second half of action, recap the first half here next on NKTelco Sports.
Wagner's IGA has been servicing their communities for more than 95 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Loramie, and New Bremen, and check us out on Facebook.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Back here on NKTelco Sports, halftime of Game 2 of the Fort Loramie Martin Luther King Classic. The Ruschi Raiders lead the Willard Crimson Flashes by a score of 30-25 after 1 half of play. Let's take a look at the statistics from the first half, and with those, Mr. A.J. Lisi.
Yeah, you look at the first half stats. I mean, they favor Ruschi with the shots and rebounds and everything. But the one thing you got to understand, a lot of offensive rebounds for the Ruschi Raiders that give them those 15 rebounds. They rebounded the ball real well in that first half. But shooting-wise, I mean, Willard's kept themselves in it by shooting a pretty high percentage right now. But it's anybody's ball game. It's a 5-point game, and I tell you what, you're going to see a lot of pressure. You're going to see a lot of physicality here in the second half.
And those stats brought to you by Wagner's IGA. And again, the second game of the Martin Luther King Classic. My name is Brandon Coderman. Alongside me, AJ Lacey. Glad to have you here on NKTelco Sports. We're going to switch out after this game. I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna bug off, and Dave Helmstetter is going to come take the next 2 games with you, and then Dave Kanafke is going to come and take us home with you with all 6 games. But luckily, we're both teachers. We both have Martin Luther King Day off, so you know this long day will be. It will kind of be compensated with the day off tomorrow.
Exactly.
So hey, it's better than going to school on Monday. I can just call basketball and watch basketball all day and be off on Monday.
Yeah.
You know, that's my 5-day work week, so to speak. So I'm not going to complain. When we start the second half of action, it'll be Max Dawson bringing it up the floor for the Willard Crimson Flashes. It's up over to Cam Robinson.
Nice backdoor.
Backdoor cut over to Max Dawson. What a move to get Max Dawson open to kick off the second half. And we're underway here. Cordonier cuts on the inside, trying to get a quick response, and Braylon Cordonier has been smooth today. 15 points for him.
But the key is that they're doing a nice job locating where they open people on that 1-3-1 zone.
Dawson to the rack. Shot's no good. Quinter gets the rebound. Quinter going to the left side. Quinter to the rack. Quinter cut off. Flippo puts it up. Shot is no good by Xavier Flippo. Robinson with the rebound. Robinson to the left side. Robinson driving, trying to take a charge. Good no call there by the official. The shot was no good anyway. Quinter gives it up over to Shappy. Willard's still staying back in that zone, AJ.
Yeah, they are. And they want to slow up the pace down right now.
Wide open. Cordonier banks it home. Braylon Cordonier, the super sophomore, with 18 points. And the Raiders lead by 8 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. 6:34 to go here in the third quarter as Schreier to the basket. Throws it in the corner to Beamer. He's going to fire 3 of his own, and he gets it right back. Jackson Beamer gets in the box score and cuts the Raider lead to 5.
Just nice ball movement. I mean, I'll tell you, Schreier did a nice job locating him and getting that 3-point shot.
Shappy going to take a deep 3, and it's well short. Quinter tries to track it down. Scrum for it in the corner, and it'll be Raider basketball. Both these teams atop of their conference. Willard at first in the Sandusky Bay Conference. Russia tied with Jackson Center along the top of the Shelby County Athletic League. So, again, very good games here against 2 very good teams. Shappy to the racket, rims out. And Dawson up ahead quickly over to Robinson. Transition 3, well short. Schreier puts it back in. Schreier is having a great game with 11 points. Shappy over to Braylon Cordonier, back to Shappy. Then give it over to his classmate Flippo. Flippo in the corner. They forgot about Hayden Quinter for a moment. Weak side rebound goes over to Cordonier. Cordonier going to take a 3 of his own. No good. Weak side rebound and Flippo, and he's fouled. And the Raiders crashing those boards hard today.
That's been the key right now is the offensive rebounding by Russia. They cannot keep them off that board.
That's Strayer's third, so that's something to take note of here as we take a look at the Winter Quality Meets replay.
Yeah, you look at it right now, it's just backside rebounding is a key right now.
First free throw good for Xavier Flippo. Back up to a 4-point Raider lead, and Flippo, a 4-year starter for the Raiders. He started that state baseball final that the Raiders won last year over the Lincoln View Lancers 10-4. And he'll be back on the mound this spring for the Raiders. This Raiders in 36-32. And now it's 37-32. 5-point lead as Robinson getting that run and jump from the Raiders.
Trying to speed up the tempo.
Schreier, and that's another charge taken. Braden Monin, 3 charges taken today. Something that doesn't show up in the box score, but.
No, it don't. That's just, you look at it right here.
And it's 4 on Schreier.
Yeah, it's 4.
We just mentioned that was 3 is something to watch, and now it's 4, and Coach Joe Bedingfield going to decide to keep him in. An interesting decision by the head man. Monin to the left side. Monin whips it out over to Quinter. Quinter shot fakes. He steps and he stops right before the guy that was wanting to take a charge, and Quinter puts it in. Quinter and Cordonier, 31 of the 39 points. Now we got a timeout, a 30-second timeout. All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. And I'd like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replays of this game Monday, January 16th at 9:30 p.m. and Saturday, February 4th at 4 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and nktelco.com/sports. Our additional sponsors are Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Deckman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securecom, and the St. Henry Bank. And Coach Spencer Cordonier did an interview just last week with Press Pros Magazine, and he talked about how he feels like all 5 guys on the floor can score at any time.
Yeah.
You know, he really, you know, he really likes that about his team. But today it's been the Braylon Cordonier and Hayden Quinter show.
Yeah, they've done a good job, those two right there. But you're right. I mean, it's just the way they've played. They play together and everything. It's just, that's what a team is all about.
4:38 here to go. In the third quarter, it goes back over to Max Dawson. Dawson at the tip of the Loramie logo here. In the second of 6 games here, the MLK Classic. Dawson trying to take it to the rack. Raiders cut him off. Goes back to Robinson. Raiders get a deflection and a near steal. Willard recovers the basketball. Nearly throws it away. Dawson gets it. Fires a 3. Rims out. Weak side rebound there for the Flashes. And they throw it away. Willard, a good job staying with that possession, but just couldn't quite convert there.
Yeah, it's just the pressure. Russia is just forcing them to rush a lot of stuff, and you're seeing that right now with the turnovers.
Vince Borchers up in the forecourt. Borchers looking to get it over to Shappy. Shappy dissecting the defense. Back over to Quinter. He takes it baseline. Quinter kicks it out to Cordonier. Shot no good. Rebound down to the Crimson Flashes. Quinter rips it away. Quinter to the basket and one. Sticking with it there is Hayden Quinter. And Quinter with 15 now.
That's just great job, just staying with it right here. And you see, taking that ball up strong, boom, bucket in the foul.
And it was a nice clean swipe too. It was getting physical there for a second, but Hayden Quinter to the line. That's going to be the second foul that's going to go against number 24, Braden Thompson, as Quinter converts the old-fashioned three-point play. He's up to 16 now. Francis applying a little token pressure over to Robinson. He's got to get his hand off here unless he wants a foul here. Robinson in the corner to Schreier. Schreier should have took that one to the rack, I would have thought. But it doesn't matter. We're going to convert there. That's Kellen Cooper who gets in the box score. Cordonier trying to find the soft part of that. Zone's cut off by the Willard defense. He's going to fade away, and it doesn't matter. Braylon Cordonier, feed him the basketball all day. He's got 20. And the shot, no good in the lane. It was a good look, and it's going to be Raider basketball.
Wow.
And Braden Monty going to return to lineup. I think Braylon Cordonier is going to try and chase his teammate Hayden Quinter, who had a season high of any Raider in 33 against Troy Christian. I think he's going to try to chase that here at some point today. He's been fantastic. Borchers in the lane. Borchers trying to get it to Francis, but turns it over. Strayer in transition up over to Dawson. Dawson finishes through the contact and scores. Max Dawson up to 16 points now, the lead scorer for the Crimson Flashes. Cordonier, good pressure from Willard. Up over to Borchers, and Borchers is fouled, and he's tripped up. It's going to be the 14th foul against the Crimson Flashes. The Raiders been yet to call one.
Yeah, it's just tough with that 1-3-1. I mean, trying to dissect it. But Rushi's done a good job so far here in this third quarter dissecting it.
Gets it into Flippo to Quinter. What a beautiful design. Just didn't work there. Raiders miscommunication on who's grabbing the rebound. It's going to stay Raider basketball. Went off of Strayer's foot. That was a great design there. You get the ball into Flippo, and you just hand it off to Quinter there. Timeout by Russia. It's a 30-second timeout against some of our other sponsors here are Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Copeland Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, the Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, Knoxville Supply, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, and NKTelco. Our keys to the game are brought to you by Keeble Pizza, scoreboard sponsor First National Bank, Think First, timeout sponsors Precision Strip, starting lineup sponsor Emerson Copeland. Our player of the game, which AJ and I will select at the end of this game, is brought to you as always by NKTelco. So a 44-36 Russia advantage here in the third quarter, and like you said, they're dissecting this zone really well from Willard.
Yeah.
And it's, they have a three-point advantage this quarter. Shot no good. Rebound down to the Crimson Flashes, and Felix Francis is going to be called for the foul there.
Yeah, that's his second.
Quinter going to come out and get a breather, and Benjamin York going to return to the lineup for the Raiders.
In the game for the Raiders, number 23.
He's going to apply full court pressure here to the Crimson Flashes. Robinson gets it in the backcourt. Robinson, the second leading scorer at 10 points a game. Gives it up over to number 5, Isaac Robinson, who's in the lineup. Goes back over to Cam Robinson. Robinson to the basket, kicks it out. Strayer to Dawson. Dawson, wide open three, and he got fouled after the shot by Braden Monin, who we've seen take a few charges, but just undisciplined there by Monin.
Yeah, that's, especially as far out as he was. I mean, you're not going to block a shot out there.
And he got walloped there, and that's a good call. I mean, there's Raiders trying to say after the shot there, but
I mean, you look at the replay, look how far out he is.
Yeah.
3-point, that's just not, you're not going to block a shot from out there. So
giving Dawson some free opportunities here as he cans the first free throw. Trying to get back in this game. Dawson up to a team high 17 points. Dawson hits the second free throw. And he hits all three. Because we had a foul on Willard. And Flippo got pushed down there by Robinson. That's going to be the 5th Willard team foul.
That's just not a good play there. I mean, you got to. I understand it's a physical game, but there's a situation here where you can't make those fouls.
Borchers in the forecourt, going to give it up over to Braylon Cordonier. Cordonier going to face some pressure here, splits the defense to the basket, loses the basketball. Strayer's got it. He's up across the timeline.
Nice
gives it up ahead to Dawson, who finishes at the basket. It hung there in a moment of suspense, but Max Dawson converts in transition. It's a 3-point game.
Man, Dawson, 21 points so far here in this game.
He now leads all scorers as he just surpassed Braylon Cordonier with a self 5-0 run. Quinter to the basket. That was out of sorts, so to speak, but Quinter made it work. Quinter's got 18. Dawson trying to get to the rack. Gives it up over to Strayer. Strayer to the basket. Shot is short. Borchers on the ground, and I think he was on the line. It's Willard basketball. They're just going to bring in some more substitutions here. Zane Shappy and Benjamin York are going to return to the lineup.
Rushi, number 2, Zane Shappy, and number 23, Benjamin York.
Strayer with the basketball. Moves it up and goes back up over to Dawson, who's going to fire a 3. At times it doesn't look like he's going to shoot, and then he looks to shoot. As Willard gets the offensive rebound. Cam Robinson loses it on the inside and is going to turn it over back to the Raiders. And Felix Francis is going to come back in.
Number 11, Felix Francis.
Yeah, we mentioned former longtime Raider assistant Brad Francis is back on the bench. Come out and help this Raider team and bringing some energy to this team this year.
Another turnover, wow.
As it's been a little sloppy here by each team here lately. Strayer to the basket, shot's no good. And there's a jump ball. Arrow favors Russia.
Arrow, Russia.
I'll I'll say the one thing, Willard's doing a nice job on the offensive glass here in the third quarter.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of opportunities.
And something they kind of struggled with a little bit, as you alluded to in the first half, as Braden Monin back in for the Raiders, Jackson Beamer and Kellen Cooper going to come back in the lineup for Willard. Crimson Flashes, I don't think you're going to beat a good enough mascot to pass out the Crimson Flashes. Gotta love it.
Kind of gives you a Marvel there, you know?
Yeah, but like I said, it's a mixture of the Crimson Tide and the Golden Flashes of Kent State. Two places where Nick Saban's been, so.
Oh, yeah.
He graduate of Kent State. As there's a foul on Willard. Foul on Max Dawson.
The foul on number 5, Isaac Robinson.
It's going to be Robinson's second. And the Raiders will shoot bonus the rest of this game now.
Yeah, Strayer's still in there with 3-4 fouls, if I'm thinking right.
You are, yeah, you're right. Francis in the lane. Shot is up and good. Felix Francis gets in the box score for the 6'5 junior. Here comes the run and jump from the Raiders. Dawson slices and dices it, and there's a charge. There, that's the fourth charge taken today by the Raiders. They've been racking them up.
I'll tell you what, I've seen more charges today than I've seen all year.
And I've called a lot of Raiders games this year. I don't think I've seen 4 charges in total in any of the games that they've done this year. So, Ross Bissinger. Ross Bissinger back in the lineup for the Raiders. Quinter up ahead quickly. Quinter splits the double team. Back over to Shapp. He's going to fire a 3 at the horn. Off the mark. 48-41. The Russia Raiders lead the Willard Crimson Flashes. As we'll step aside, we'll come back to the fourth quarter of action here next on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Back here at the Fort Loramie MLK Classic, the second of 6 games that we have here today on NKTelco Sports. After 3 quarters of play, the Russia Raiders lead the Willard Crimson Flashes 48-41 as we start the fourth quarter of play there. And the Raiders had an 18-16 advantage there in that third quarter, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, it was back and forth there for a while. Then it kind of slowed down, so.
We start the fourth quarter of play here. Max Dawson with the basketball. The Raiders going to chase him here. Sophomore Benjamin York guarding him here. Is maybe trying to get an ISO for Dawson. No, they continue to run the offense. Strayer on the right side. Strayer trying to get it over to Dawson. Gets it back up over to Robinson. Back over to Isaac Robinson. That is Strayer going to fire a 3. Looks good, but it just clanked off the iron. Robinson, the offensive board. Nice. Robinson gives it up, and scoring right there is number 24, Braden Thompson, who gets in the box score.
Nice.
Zane Shappy with the basketball, loses it, and Coach Spencer Cardonier going to get a full timeout. We'll step aside with them. 7:12 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a 5-point Raider lead against the Willard Crimson Flashes.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
Back here on NKTelco Sports, it's a 5-point Russia Raider lead over the Willard Crimson Flashes. Here coming out of the precision strip timeout, and it's been a good, again, another good ball game here so far. A 5-point Raider lead and 7:12 here to go. What do you think Willard's got to do to get back in this and overtake the lead?
They really got to hit shots. I mean, they're looking at their shooting, and second half they've had a lot of opportunities, especially off the offensive rebounding. They just need to make some shots.
We had an inadvertent horn there, so we're going to reset here with 7:12 to go. Here in the fourth quarter, the Raiders lead the Crimson Flashes 48-43. Hayden Quinter with the basketball. He rises, jump shots canned. Silky smooth jumper by Hayden Quinter. He's got 20 points along with Braylon Cordonier. Dawson up ahead quickly, trying to get that two back in. He does. Nice take by Max Dawson. He's got 23.
Man, it's just back and forth, back and forth.
A little pressure here now from Willard as they're double teaming now. The Raiders on the perimeter. Wide open Shappy on the perimeter, a little timid to drive in the lane. He throws a cross-court pass to Cordonier from the corner. Shot's no good. Rebound down to Braden Monin, who sticks it back in. Braden Monin now with 6 points. Raider lead back up to 7. Dawson in transition, trying to put on a show there. Shot's no good, and Robinson fouled on the weak side rebound.
Another offensive rebound for Willard. I mean, that's the only thing that's kept keeping them in this game.
And you alluded to they were struggling with that at halftime, that they were struggling to rebound the basketball, and now they're doing a really good job of it.
It's kind of flipped. The page is kind of flipped. It's Russia that's not getting the offensive rebounds this half.
First free throw no good from Robinson, and entering back in for the Raiders is Xavier Flippo. That foul was on Hayden Quinter, his third, so that's something to keep note of for the Raiders. Max Dawson with 3 fouls as well, so the lead scorers, tied for lead scorers, has 3 fouls each as Robinson splits the pair from the line. He's got his first point of the game. Shappy up ahead. Shappy trying to find a teammate. He finds Cordonier. Double team pressure. Flips a pass over to Braden Monin. Monin in the lane. Dishes off to Shappy. He throws up a wild shot. It dances around and in for Zane Shappy, who's got his first basket of the game. 54-46 Raiders. 6 minutes square to go here on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Robinson stops in the lane. Weak side cleanup is good. There by number 24, Braden Thompson. We have a precision strip timeout by Willard. Again, we'll like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replays of this game Monday, January 16th at 8 a.m. and Saturday, February 4th at 2 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. And again, MLK Classic, 6 games. The game after this, I know that you'll be on the call for. Dave Helmstetter will come in the ring for me and relieve me of my duties. Will be Lexington versus St. Mary's, and that's an exciting one. If you're a Loramie person, you might remember a guy by the name of Scott Hamilton, a Fort Loramie alum, coaching at Lexington. And St. Mary's has got an old Loramie guy, and Dan Hegemeyer coached many years here and has a very good player going to Ohio State by the name of Austin Parks.
Yeah, and it's going to be a nice matchup. You're going to see the height of St. Mary's against a nice Lexington team that work pretty much together, and all 5 people score. So it's going to be an interesting game.
And again, you can stick around for all 6 games here today. Catch on NKTelco Sports again. I'd like to just thank Corey Britton and the Fort Loramie schools for allowing us in here in this beautiful venue. It's just getting filled up pretty good here for people around the area. As we want to thank them again for bringing us in here on NKTelco Sports as Braylon Cordonier walks the ball up slowly against this Willard pressure. They kick it out to Zane Shappy. Shappy gets it to a cutting Quinter, and it just fell out. It was great court vision by Shappy, but it just didn't fall right there. Just lipped out. Robinson to the basket. It's a block there, as I'm sure Willard is like, woo, it wasn't a charge for once.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that hasn't really gone their way today.
No, it hasn't.
Cam Robinson to the line. Robinson, the second leading scorer on this team. Raiders have done a good job in containing him to 4 points so far.
Shooting 2, Cam Robinson.
First free throw is no good there from Robinson. Making a great matchup for each team just to get better. You know, Division II team, Division IV, and an empty trip there for Willard. Just a tough possession right there and get an empty trip, but Willard applying that pressure. Raiders have been struggling with it a bit. Raiders only got 2 timeouts left, but they bust the pressure. Flippo trying to get on the inside, kicks it out to Monin, who kicks it out to Cardonier. He gives a shot fake. Cardonier gonna flip it over to Quinter. Quinter drives, jump shot. Would you expect anything less? It's cash money from Hayden Quinter. He's got 22.
Wow, that is just a beautiful shot.
To the rack, getting a response, and another person that's been cash money is Max Dawson with 25 now. And he's right over his average against a very good defensive Raiders team. That's showing you how good this showing you how good Max Dawson is. Raiders probably got away with the travel there in the lane. Cardonier shot no good. Ball on the floor, up over to Shappy, and they put it in. Insane Shappy puts it in there, but Raiders fortunately did not get called for a travel there.
Yeah, they got the all-important offensive rebound off that shot.
Isaac Robinson goes back up over to Strayer, playing with 4-foul. Strayer to the rack and scores. Anytime this Raiders team has scored, Willard, it seems like the next possession has just responded right back. And boy, talk about Alex Strayer, 13 points for him as we're halfway through the 4th quarter. Cardonier, wide open left wing, takes the 3, got it. Braylon Cardonier, 23 points. And him and Quinter have 75% of the Raiders' offense. But you don't see the Raiders' offense. They're usually pretty balanced. Strayer getting that trying to get that response right back. Shot's no good and a foul on the inside. And Isaac Robinson will shoot 2 free throws.
Another offensive rebound for Willard.
That's the 4th foul on Xavier Flippo. It's the 6th Raider team foul, so Willard will be shooting bonus the rest of this game as Felix Francis comes to the scores table. First shot is up and good. And one thing you notice about this Fort Loramie gym, it's a little dimly lighted, which I kind of like. You know, I'm not gonna argue. It's kind of nice. Kind of reminds me of Piqua Garberry Gymnasium. If anyone's ever been there, that's listening. It gives a good kind of old school feel to this high school basketball showcase as Robinson hits both free throws. It's a 7-point Raider lead. They get around that pressure from Willard there initially. Shappy dishes it off to Monin, and that's exactly what you want to do against that pressure, AJ.
Yeah, exactly. They did a nice job just rotating the ball and getting there that shot.
Dawson in transition, shot is no good. Monin slow to get up. It's going to be Raider basketball, I believe, and Monin tried to take his 4th player control foul there, but he flopped a little bit. Shappy gets it stripped and tipped by Dawson. But fortunately for the Raiders, goes back to Quinter. Quinter on the right side, gets it over to Felix Francis. Francis gets it over to Cardonier, fires a 3, in and out. Cardonier follows his shot on the inside. Shot up, no good. It's a jump ball. Arrow favors the Raiders. Brucey, one of 3 Shelby County League teams on display today, along with the host Fort Loramie and the Anna Rockets, who played in the first game. Raiders get in quickly to Cardonier. 3 missed shots for Braylon on that possession alone. Strayer, shot no good on the inside. Shappy off ahead and running. Back up to Quinter. Quinter to the rack, fouled and one. Hayden Quinter has been marvelous here today.
It's just good body control right there to draw that foul. And as you look at the replay here, they got it down the court to him, and he just, boom, body control, gets it up and in.
Talking about the story of Hayden Quinter, he came in his freshman year, he averaged 12 points a game. He took a step back last year and averaged 9, and he refined his game over the summer, and you can tell from his sophomore year to his junior year, he took a massive leap on so many levels and so many parts of his game as he misses the free throw there, and we got a foul on the Raiders, and that's only the 6th Raider team foul.
Foul number 24,
It's going to be on Braylon Cardonier, his first.
team 6.
Benjamin York back in for the Raiders. They're going to go back into a little 1-3-1 pressure. Almost a tip by the Raiders, but Dawson's going to make them pay with a quick 3. And we have a timeout by Coach Joe Bedingfield. We'll take it with him. 2:15 to go. Bruschi 65, Willard 57 here on NKTelco Sports.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
Back here on NKTelco Sports, 2:15 to go here in the fourth quarter, coming out of the precision strip timeout, and a 65-57 Raider lead. Raiders been able to break that Willard pressure and get some easy buckets.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of just rotating the ball and moving the ball, and they've really done a good job doing that, getting down the floor. And once again, Willard's got their back to the wall here, and they got 2:15 to see if they can draw it closer.
And a 65-57 again advantage for the Raiders as they face full court pressure here from the Crimson Flashes. Again, there's JV games going on in the junior high gym. So you see all these people in here. There's even more people in that junior high gym over at Loramie. Loramie High School, and Raiders a little out of control. Cardonier kicks it out over to Quinter. Quinter gives up over to Shappy. He fires a 3 from the right wing. Off the iron, no good. Follows his shot. Short again. It bounces around. Quinter gets the rebound. Quinter in the lane. Spins around. And one. What a play. Hayden Quinter has been marvelous today for the Raiders. 26 points for him.
Yeah, once again, I mean, the offensive rebounds are killing Willard right here. See, there's one shot that goes up. And then just because of the offensive rebound.
27 points now for Quinter. He had a season high 33 against Troy Christian. And that was a game at halftime where he had 10, and now he's up to 33. 150 to go. It's an 11-point Raider lead. Crimson Flashes up ahead quickly. Shot is blocked, but foul there by Felix Francis after the shot. Good call by the official as Francis struggled to close out there.
Shooting 3. Jackson Beamer.
Beamer will shoot 3 free throws. And he cannot connect on the first free throw as Xavier Flippo will come in here for the Raiders in the second with 4 fouls. Beamer connects on the second one. 68-58 now.
Number 34 is Xavier Flippo.
And the second free throw, or the third free throw, is good. Beamer gets 2 of 3 from the line. He's up to 5 now as the Willard pressure increases with this 9-point Raider lead. Quinter splits the defense. He gets up in the forecourt, up ahead quickly, trying to dish it off. He's cut off. Raiders fine with milking some clock here. With 1:25 to go, and there's a foul. Max Dawson is going to foul. Looks like we're going to play the long game now here, AJ.
Yep.
Foul number 3, Max Dawson.
And it's the double bonus here for Vince Borchers, who's yet to score today for the 6'1" sophomore forward.
Yeah, that's Dawson's 4th foul, so they got 3 guys with 4 fouls.
Borchers cans the first one. And the second free throw is no good, so Borchers splits the pair there. Crimson flashes up quickly. Robinson back over to Isaac Robinson, over to Dawson. Dawson gonna fire a three quickly. Shot is no good. Rebound down to Vince Borchers, and he is harassed in the backcourt. And I believe is against Strayer. Let's see. It is Strayer, and that's his fifth. And Coach Joe Benningfield wanting to play the long game. Now is losing some players here. Strayer bows out this game. Strayer had a great night here today. He had 13 points.
Shooting 2.
69-59. Raiders ahead and trying to hit that 70 plethora. And I tell you what, Raiders too, having played on a Sunday, they had homecoming last night. So,
man.
In the homecoming game was Zane Shappy, who's one of the Raiders starters, just coming in right now. So. So good thing their game was at 1:30, so they can sleep in a bit.
Yeah, there you go.
Had a long night, so.
Well, then you got tomorrow off. So
that's good too. Dawson to the basket, and it's a jump ball. Good call there by the official. Just took it low there, and Willard will retain possession here. Dawson with the basketball, 28 points. Shot is no good. Rebound back down to Willard Robinson for three. It's no good. Rebound down to Quinter. Ball on the floor. Raiders are fouled in the backcourt. Braylon Cordonier will shoot 2 free throws. Cordonier will go to the line, having put up 20 points, season high for him. And again, this event's been, again, really well run here today. Again, just great crowd on hand for all these games. You know, some school people are only going to stay for one, some are going to stay for all 6 like you are, I know.
Exactly.
And they're struggling to hit their free throws down the stretch as Cordonier misses the first. And each team leading their respective conferences right now, and Willard Division II and Russia, of course, Division IV. Up ahead, Robinson. Driving in the lane, Robinson to the rack. Shot is no good, but he'll shoot 2, so. It's been a long game. I mean, Willard's decided with about 1:10 they're going to start fouling.
Yeah.
It's first. Team 7. Cam Robinson.
Again, the good thing about where you sit here in press row is you can hear the assistant coaches talk. I can hear assistant coach Brad Francis tell to his player Braden Monty, we have 2 timeouts left.
Yeah.
And just, you know, it's kind of nice where you can be in the action, so to speak. Robinson splits the pair from the line. Quinter skies up for the rebound. Quinter goes to the left side. He spins back around. He gives it up to Shappy. Shappy is content with burning and milking more clock. And we're not seeing Willard foul here quickly, and it looks like the Raiders are going to take this one home and advance to 12-1 on the season. So the Raiders get a quality win over the Willard Crimson Flashes. And we'll take it by the final of 71-60. As they advance to 12-1, Willard's record will drop to an even 500 and 8-8. And we have a final. Russia 71, Willard 60. As we step aside here on NKTelco Sports, we'll get the stats, give you a recap, and break things down here next on NKTelco Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Households are using more connected devices than ever before. TVs are streaming, smartphones are browsing, security cameras are watching, and virtual assistants are, well, assisting.
You'll need an umbrella today.
As you add more devices, we are constantly improving our technology to deliver the fastest and most reliable internet to your home. So make sure you have enough bandwidth.
Get NKTelco high-speed internet with speeds up to 1 gig. Call 1-888-NKTelco today.
My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Back here at the Fort Loramie MLK Classic, after the second game, the Varsity Raiders defeat the Willard Crimson Flashes 71-60. Let's take a look at the stats here from Mr. A.J. Lisi.
Yeah, you look at this game, a lot of shots taken in this game. Varsity had 60 shots taken. They made 27. But I think the big key was the offensive rebounds Varsity had. They had 31 total, but they had 17 total offensive rebounds in that game, which was just huge. But once again, I mean, that Varsity team is a nice team, and you're going to see them go far in the tournament.
Our stats brought to you by Wagner's IGA and a 71-60 Raider win as they advance to 12-1 on the season, and Willard drops to 8-8. The Raiders will be back in action Tuesday against the Bakkens Trojans. So that's a game you can catch on NKTelco Sports. I'll be on the call for that game along with Craig Fissinger. So if you want to buy the game, you can watch that here on NKTelco Sports. So before we leave here today, we like to name our NKTelco player of the game. And this is a no-downer. He's won a few of them here already this year.
Yeah, it's Hayden Quinter. He did such a nice job. I mean, pretty much did everything. Scoring, did it on the defensive end. I mean, he just all-around great player.
And congratulations to Hayden Quinter. Again, the Raiders advanced to 12-1, and the Willard Crimson Flashes dropped to 8-8. So we'd like to thank our crew here tonight. On cameras, Mark Fissel, Kirk Kuffner, and Jim Miller. For the director, Scott Robinson, his assistant, Jeff Hinchin. For A.J. Lisi, I'm Brandon Copeman. For the final time here, the Varsity Raiders defeat the Willard Crimson Flashes 71-60. I'm going to step aside and let Dave Helmstetter take things over with you, AJ, and we'll catch you here for the third game, Lexington and St. Mary's, here next on NKTelco Sports.